guys, and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. I'm gonna explain that little skit in a minute. Actually, I think I'll just explain it now. Okay. Sorry, I've just had a little beach day today, so fresh back from the beach. Meghan Markle recently did a roundtable conference. It was a virtual chat that she did with young girls of color mostly, talking about activism and feminism and what women in your life have influenced you to be a strong, independent woman and not objectifying women and all of that. And this was done on the 30th of April, and the girls were ages 13 to 18. And it was per Archwell's official website, so still bring in the cash on Archwell. But I thought that was really interesting that she is still out here in the public eye doing things. But then one of my subscriber friends wrote me, and she is from the island of Réunion, and her name is Christelle, and she asked me, hey, I'm one of your many YouTube channel subscribers, and I just wanted to know if you saw Meghan Markle video showing her grilling and eating burgers in tiny shorts. I want to shout her out. Christelle, thank you so much for sending me this video, because as we know, Meghan Markle is, well, apparently she's supposed to be vegan, but we'll get into that in a minute. Let's watch the video. So this video was done in 2013 before she joined the royal family, and it was done for Gentleman's Health magazine, which of course this is clearly showing you how sex sells, and it objectifies women, and it does all those things. So it's ironic. I mean, she is a woman of many contradictions. That's for sure. So I looked on the comments of the video, and you see things like, oh, hair in the food, what kind of vegan burgers are these, you know, booty shorts. And if they are vegan burgers, it should have said so, I think, but we can just assume that they're not. And it just shows you what slow motion does. So as you can see in my skit, slow motion and some subpar rock and roll music does a lot for advertisement. Of course, if you did it in sped up, like Charlie Chaplin style, you'd see this. And that wouldn't be as sexy. In terms of her diet, Best Health in 2016 did an article where they said Markle follows a vegan diet most of the time. Markle told Best Health in 2016 she tries to maintain vegan diet during the week, although she may splurge on weekends. You have to wonder, why then did she do this huge bridezilla incident at, you know, in preparation for her wedding when they were planning the menu? One of the courses was going to have eggs in it, and she went ape on the staff and everybody for including eggs. So that doesn't sound like somebody that is just vegan most of the time. And also, veganism has a whole spiritual and responsible aspect to it. It's not like just being vegetarian or just restricting your diet. The vegan culture is really about caring about animals and being against it for principled reasons. So that's confusing. But yeah, apparently the Queen herself had to actually pull Meghan up and say, look, we don't speak to people like that. In our family, that's not how we speak to people. So, you know, it's a lot of contradictions. Anyway, I spoke in my last video about Vax Live, which is the concert that's coming up in aid of educating people about vaccine. And that is on May 8th, but it is going to be pre-recorded. So they started to release some promo stuff, and included was Prince Harry's intro speech. And I don't know why they lost the titles, but then they've gained them back just for the purposes of publicity, it seems like, because they're using them again here where they're promoting the Duke and Duchess as being part of the Vax Voice concert. So you see here where Harry does his intro speech. So let's just watch it.
Vax Live campaign chair, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex.
Here it comes.
Hi everybody. We are at a defining moment in the global fight against COVID-19. Tonight is a celebration of each of you here, the vaccinated frontline workers in the audience, and the millions of frontline heroes around the world. You spent the last year battling courageously and selflessly to protect us all.
Hi everybody.
You've served and sacrificed, put yourselves in harm's way, and acted with bravery, knowing the cost. We owe you an incredible debt of gratitude. Thank you.
Of gratitude. Of gratitude. I don't know, that just doesn't sound particularly British to me, the way you said it.
Coming together because this pandemic will not end.
Sounds a bit like
unless we act collectively.
Gratitude. I don't know, it just doesn't sound like how I hear British people saying gratitude. Can you say gratitude for me? How would you say it?
Gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude. Exactly. So this gratitude, it's like he's really getting an American accent now, which is so cringe.
Cover until there is fair distribution to every corner of the world. Guys, the mission in front of us is one which we cannot afford to fail at. And that's what tonight is about.
I just wanted to say that I do notice that Prince Harry has a very good stance on stage. He seems very comfortable. Obviously, he's had training. So unfortunately, somebody else wrote his speech for him. I wonder who that could be. It made it come out so corny. But he does have a good presence on stage. And that's definitely something that you have to work at. So I'm glad he has that. Just want to say that. Okay. Okay, so he kind of gives me Forrest Gump vibes, like, hi everybody, like he's talking to children. But anyway, they said that the audience was told to clap incessantly during this, and I kind of believe it now when I watch it, because it's like a constant applause. Like it's not necessary. It's like every time he pauses, there's like this huge applause. And somebody who had a relative who was in the audience leaked that they were told to applause all the time, constantly. So, and it does look like that, because it doesn't seem quite natural for people to be that excited about every single word. You can't fool us. Okay, so here's a little disclaimer. I mean, most of the comments are positive, but every once in a while there's a comment there, and I read all the comments. I respond to a lot of them, I think, but I try to get to all of them. But even the negative ones, but a lot of them don't even really watch the videos that I do, because what I'm doing is really showing what is happening and just talking about it. And in my original video, I explained that, which is the Meghan and Markle and Harry interview with Oprah. I explained that I really was watching the interview to defend Meghan, because I thought that people were going to try to say, oh, she didn't really love him and she's an actress and those things because of that Archie Manners video that came out before, which I also included in that Oprah interview.
By anyone.
In the interview, from start to finish, Meghan was acting.
So I really was going out there to defend her in case anybody dared to like question her. And of course, it ended up that she came on there and told massive lies, which I immediately sensed. And there was just so many, one after the other, including lies about the Bishop of Canterbury, which I thought was just unforgivable. So I just want to remind you of that. For those of you who are just coming here and watching and saying I'm bashing Meghan, please realize that that was not my intention. And I am really trying to be fair and just trying to show you, you know, things like the fact that she contradicts herself constantly and everything about her is contradictory. She's talking about character assassinations, but when you're going to do things like this and then come and turn around and say you're a feminist, you know, it's like, who character assassinated you? Did I do that?
Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I do that?
Like, I think like Urkel, you know? Meghan Markle and Urkel have the same thing to say. Did I do that? Anyway, I just wanted to clear that up. And it would only be fair for you to know that I'm not a feminist. I'm not particularly an activist, but I also have done modeling in my day, and here is me modeling a swimsuit from a long time ago. I know the footage is really poor, that's not my fault. But Barbados, so I'm no better than Meghan. I've done my share of sexy shoots and stuff, but I'm not dissing her for that. I'm just saying don't be that and then be lecturing women and girls, and especially young girls, about, you know, being a feminist. And she also has said in the past that she never took roles that, you know, would be too sexy. She wanted to be the intelligent one, and she wanted to be the one that was like, you know, not interested in roles that would objectify a woman's body and stuff like that. And you can see here that that also is another thing that is not true. And my thing is, why bother to say that? Like, I wore a swimsuit on stage. There's no crime in that. Like, I don't know why you would just pretend that, especially when, I keep saying this, especially when there are public records that can show that what you're saying is not true. And that just goes back to her believing that anything she says has to be believed. And if it's not, she finds that egregious, even though there's evidence and receipts to the contrary. It's a wild, wild world she lives in. I don't want to live in that world, like, ever. It's too wild for me. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, if you do the bell notifications, you'll see when I do my next video, because I have another one coming up. Lots of love. Bye.